Steve Osborne, President of the College of Charleston and class of 1973 alumnus. It's my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the College of Charleston's May commencement ceremony. This is truly a special day. Graduates, each of you are achieving a personal milestone. Whether you took the traditional approach to your studies or took a different path and are completing your degree later in life, you have made it to this point. You have completed a demanding course of study that will transform your life by opening new doors of opportunity to you, by expanding your worldview, and by providing a solid foundation for you to be a lifelong learner. You should be incredibly proud of yourself for having reached this signature life milestone. You are worthy of all the praise that will be heaped upon you, and indeed worthy of a college degree. Please stand and join me as Tyler Bancroft, Catherine Kuckelman, Lucy Mulkeen, Michael Owens, and Omar Valencia, all graduating music majors, sing our national anthem. Veterans may salute.
Where am I going? Okay. Ready?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Tyler, Catherine, Lucy, Michael, and Omar. That was beautiful. Graduates, today, we, the Board of Trustees, administrators, faculty, staff, family, friends, and loved ones have a privilege to celebrate with you on your joyous day. Many of us have been with you every step of the way, supporting you, offering words of encouragement, and believing in you. Graduates, before I continue my remarks, and before we award the degrees that you've worked so hard for, please take a moment to stand and say thank you to everyone in the audience who has been there for you throughout your educational journey.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. Please be seated. You may not realize it, but you and I have been on converging tracks for some time. For you today represents the culmination of many years of work, many years of studying and learning, many years of essays, reading assignments, group projects, lab reports, midterms, and finals. For some of you, it has meant 4 years at the college, and for some, the time has been shorter or maybe slightly longer. It's taken me a few years to get here as well. As some of you know, I've worked at the college for the past 13 years, mostly as the Chief Financial Officer and Executive Vice President of Business Affairs, but this past year, I had the honor of serving as your president. It's been an incredible experience for me and an extraordinary honor that no words could describe. As an alumnus of this great institution, I thought I loved this university before, but this past year has taught me that the College of Charleston is even more special in ways than I realized. And that's all because of all of you. You, along with the incredible faculty and staff, are what make this institution so unique, so special. You breathe life into these beautiful buildings. You give voice to this beautiful campus. You make us who we are: smart, caring, bold, passionate, loud, proud, and never, never boring. In many ways, this past year was like a second senior year for me. When it's your final year on campus, the feeling is different. When you know the finish line is just up ahead, it changes your attitude. It makes you a little more reflective and maybe a little nostalgic. You know deep down inside that one incredible chapter is closing while another is about to begin. So as you and I go into this new chapter, one that is both exciting and a little bit scary, I do want to offer some words of advice along with some quotes from my favorite writers. And in case you're wondering, yes, it's a universal law that you have to offer some kind of advice when you're standing at a lectern and wearing a hot, heavy robe, a funny plush hat, and a gigantic medallion like this. But don't worry, I'll be short and sweet. Remember, although I may be a lover of books, I was a numbers guy through my career, so I'll keep it to 4 simple points. Point 1, read everything, and I mean everything. Fiction, nonfiction, novels, short stories, plays, histories, news stories, case studies, and blog posts. Be voracious in your reading habits. My life has been informed by reading and is better for it. By reading, you'll remain a student forever. You'll never stop learning because the act of reading and thinking of things outside of yourself will help keep you sharp. It will open you up to new ideas and new ways of seeing the world. But I also caution you to know your source. Be critical in your thinking. Do your own research. Double-check facts. Don't shortcut and thus shortchange your learning. As John Steinbeck wrote in one of my favorite books, The Grapes of Wrath, and I quote, "You're bound to get ideas if you go about thinking about stuff." On behalf of our faculty and staff, I encourage you, I implore you to keep getting ideas and thinking about stuff. In fact, think about a lot of stuff. It will transform your life and the lives of those around you. Point 2, look up from your phones. Be present in the moment. That advice is not just for you, but for everyone here, including me. Technology is a great tool when properly used. It gives us so much, but it also takes us away. It's fascinating to me that these devices made us more distant from one another through a mirage of constant connectedness. My best moments on this campus, in my life really, were not staring at a small screen in my hand. My best moments were when I was meeting and talking with someone like you, learning about your lives, your dreams, and your needs. Point 3, don't stress so much. Remember to breathe and take things as they come. The world is a very complicated place. In my experience, there's not usually one right answer to any situation. As Pat Conroy wrote in Beach Music, and I quote, "No story is a straight line. The geometry of a human life is too imperfect and complex, too distorted by the laughter of time and the bewildering intricacies of fate to admit the straight line into its systems of laws." So don't worry about living a life on the straight line. Your education has prepared you for the imperfect and the complex. And along those lines of the imperfect and complex, I would also like to share a few key lines that appeared on a poster that hung in my room during my freshman year. They're from Max Ehrmann's 1927 poem, Desiderata, and have inspired me on many different occasions. Go placidly amid the noise and the haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. Speak your truth quietly and clearly. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Be yourself. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. But do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. And whether or not it's clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should be. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it's still a beautiful world. Be cheerful, strive to be happy. Point 4, roll up your sleeves and get involved. Be active, be busy, because it's in that activity that you will make a difference, both for you and for others. That idea of being in the thick of things is perfectly summed up by President Teddy Roosevelt, who delivered a speech in 1910 with one of my favorite passages, and by the way, it's heavily used by LeBron James today. And I quote, "It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." A spoiler alert. In your life, you will have many successes, but you will also fail. But it's your ability to risk failing, to learn from failing, and to keep trying that will separate you from others. That resiliency and willingness to try again and again are the hallmarks of a College of Charleston graduate. I will leave you with one last quote. It's from Robert Penn Warren's All the King's Men, an all-time favorite book. And I quote, "The best luck always happens to people who don't need it." What I believe as a College of Charleston alumnus, you won't need much luck. You have everything you need, all right there in your brain and in your heart. The solutions to countless problems are just waiting for your attention, your creativity, your perspective, and your passion. You are ready for the world, and let me tell you, on behalf of the world, we are ready for you. Go dare greatly. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, for the conferring of the honorary degrees, I will now be joined by Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees, Demetria Clemens. Trustees Chuck Baker and Steve Swanson, would you please escort Charles M. Duke to the lectern? Trustee John Wood, please join me at the lectern. I'm honored to introduce Charles M. Duke, Jr. In his work on behalf of NASA and beyond, Charles M. Duke has served our nation in the highest capacity, logging 265 hours in space and earning the distinction of being among the 12 persons who have walked on the moon.
I hereby present Charles M. Duke, Jr., a pioneering astronaut and continued source of inspiration, selected by NASA as the lunar module pilot on Apollo 16, which launched to the moon on April 16, 1972. He was part of the first scientific expedition to inspect, survey, and sample materials and surface features in the Discartes region of the rugged lunar highlands. In this mission, and in his roles as backup lunar module pilot for the Apollo 13 and Apollo 17 flights, he has served his nation honorably. As the owner of Duke Investments and the president of Charlie Duke Enterprises, Inc., he has distinguished himself in the business arena, making him a fitting candidate for the college's Doctorate of Humane Letters.
Brigadier General Charles M. Duke, Jr., your achievement on behalf of our country is remarkable and honorable. The College of Charleston is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I declare Charles M. Duke, Jr. is now admitted to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Duke. Congratulations. Trustees Penny Rosner and Tav Swart, would you please escort Maureen Walls Kerrigan to the lectern? Trustee Steve Swanson, please join me at the lectern. I am honored to introduce Maureen Walls Kerrigan. For well over a decade, Maureen Walls Kerrigan has demonstrated both vision and commitment, elevating so many aspects of this institution and enriching the educational experience the college offers to its students.
I hereby present Maureen Walls Kerrigan, a tireless champion of the College of Charleston who has worked to foster student engagement and entrepreneurism. She has forged new opportunities for enterprising students by working with the College of Charleston School of Business and the College of Charleston Foundation to create the Business Investment Program. She has worked to promote community service among students by playing a key role in the establishment of the College of Charleston's Bonner Leader Program. With her husband, Stephen Richard Kerrigan, she has supported the institution by serving on the Parents Advisory Council and through the establishment of 2 full 4-year scholarships, making her a fit candidate for the college's Doctor of Humane Letters.
Maureen Walls Kerrigan, your dedication to the advancement of our institution is impressive and honorable. The College of Charleston is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I declare Maureen Walls Kerrigan is now admitted to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Kerrigan. Trustees Chuck Baker and John Wood, would you please escort Stephen Richard Kerrigan to the lectern? Trustee Tav Swart, please join me at the lectern. I am honored to introduce Stephen Richard Kerrigan, a respected leader in the business world and a deeply involved member of the College of Charleston community. Stephen Richard Kerrigan has time and again demonstrated invaluable insight and a profound commitment to our institution.
I hereby present Stephen Richard Kerrigan, a highly regarded business leader who, as chairman and CEO of CoinMock Service Corporation, guided the operations of the largest equipment service provider of its kind in the United States. He is a devoted advocate of the College of Charleston's continued advancement, who has for the past 9 years served on the College of Charleston Foundation. He also serves on the School of Business Board of Governors and the advisory board of the Student Business Investment Program. With his wife, Maureen Walls Kerrigan, he has supported new opportunities for students throughout this campus, making him a fitting candidate for the college's Doctor of Humane Letters.
Stephen Richard Kerrigan, your professional achievement and demonstrated passion for the College of Charleston are exceptional and honorable. The College of Charleston is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I declare Stephen Richard Kerrigan is now admitted to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Kerrigan. Trustees Penny Rosner and Lauren Birch, would you please escort Jody S. Gottlieb to the lectern? Trustee Hank Futch, please join me at the lectern as well. I am honored to introduce Jody S. Gottlieb, who has made significant strides in communications with an eye on the greater good of society by embracing innovations in storytelling channels from documentaries to podcasts.
I hereby present Jody S. Gottlieb, a widely esteemed producer and media executive who has drawn from a prestigious career in media and journalism to create Rainstream Media, a company based in Seattle with the mission to foster positive change in areas such as social justice, global health, conservation, and politics. Her exceptional work on behalf of leading companies such as CNN, Turner Broadcasting, and Netflix has been recognized with awards representing the highest level of achievement in her industry, including multiple Emmy Awards, making her a fitting candidate for the college's Doctor of Humane Letters.
Jody S. Gottlieb, your professional achievement in broadcast journalism is impressive and honorable. The College of Charleston is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston, and committed to me, I declare Jody Watley is now admitted to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Watley. Thanks. As our students know, this past year on campus has been designated the Year of Women in celebration of the centennial anniversary of women being admitted to the College of Charleston. It is only fitting that our 3 commencement ceremonies have incredible and accomplished alumni delivering our commencement addresses. I could not be happier to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Jody Watley. Dr. Watley was featured on the cover of our fall 2018 issue of the College of Charleston magazine. I recommend you pick up a copy of the magazine and read the article about her, which is also on the College Today website. Before I turn the lecture over to Dr. Watley, I would like to recognize her family and friends that are with us today. We have her parents, Gilbert and Zelma Gottlieb, and 3 very dear friends, all alumni of the College of Charleston. Michelle Beekler, William Fox, and Jim Haney. Would all of you please stand? Thank you. And with that, the stage is yours.
I should have taken them up on the high chair they offered. Good morning, class of 2019. Okay, I'm going to need some audience participation, everyone. Let's try that again. Good morning. Morning. Awesome. Here we go. President Osborne, Provost McGee, Board of Trustees, faculty, friends, honored guests, and most of all, you, the graduates of the College of Charleston. It's my pleasure to be with you here today. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment, and I hope you'll join me, in personally thanking President Osborne for his decade-long service to our beloved college. Please join me in wishing him well. Now, I have a confession to make, and I'm sure they're getting nervous behind me. When President Oz called me in January to ask me if I would deliver the commencement address, I panicked. I thought he must be calling to ask for my diploma back. Some sort of 1980s Operation Varsity Blues thing or something. But I figured there must be a statute of limitations on that sort of thing. So we should be okay for today at least. When I thought what I wanted to share with you today, I knew I wanted it to be special. It's a big responsibility to be here, and one that I don't take lightly. Now, the truth is, about 10 minutes after I hung up the phone, I thought, oh dear God, what did I just agree to? I mean, I hate public speaking. So why would I agree to do this? And it's simple, really, because that's what Cougars do. We conquer and prevail. Can I get a hail? All hail. Awesome. It's good. You're lifting a sister up. I appreciate it. Like most storytellers, I did some research. A perfunctory Google search would show the usual suspects. Steve Jobs talking about connecting the dots, and Oprah preaching her infinite wisdom. Now, there are plenty of other folks talking about failure, taking risks, being bold, and being brave. All important and insightful messages to share with graduates. Now, clearly, I'm not Steve Jobs or Oprah, because if I was, you'd all be getting cars, or at least iPads. You'd be getting an iPad, and you'd be getting an iPad, and even you, Colby, you'd be getting an iPad. I gotcha. And I thought, where am I going to find my inspiration? Well, being a millennial at heart, on social media, of course. There it was on my very own Instagram account, staring right back at me. You do you. So here goes. I sat where you are sitting here today, atop the cistern, in one of those chairs, optimistic, a bit fatigued from the night before. I see you. And I thought I had it all figured out. I was going to go to fashion design school in New York, become a world-celebrated designer, live in the West Village, and dance the night away at the Limelight. Well, I was wrong. That wasn't exactly what happened, even though I did dance the night away at the Limelight. After the college, I did go to the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, but while there, I discovered an unexpected career passion as a producer and a storyteller. In one of those seminal moments, one of my professors had asked me to create an audio project about something that inspired us. That was really easy for me, a no-brainer. My older brother, Jonathan, had introduced me to the film, television, and music of the 60s and 70s that would serve as the backdrop for what would become my passion project about the Vietnam War. I was surprised to find myself consumed with it, pouring my guts into capturing what it was like to be in Vietnam War. I crafted a mixture of news reports with the sounds of helicopter and war set against the most awesome soundtrack, and bam, there it was, my 8-minute masterpiece. And while my hopes and dreams of a fashion designer died in that moment, I had found my true calling as a producer. I had found my unknown. After discovering my passion and competence in television and film in New York, I landed gigs at Turner Broadcasting and CNN and won multiple Emmy Awards and Peabody Awards and even an Academy Award nomination. Not bad for a girl from Flint, Michigan. Right? So who would have guessed it? And this is exactly my point. I want to tell you today that I wished I had heard when I graduated. You don't know. You can't imagine the journey that lies before you. And it may not be the one that you're dreaming of. That fascination with television and film was one of the many blind curves along my journey that I had never seen coming. Now, you might be sitting there asking yourself, how did I fit into this world? Where do I go? And how will I get there? My advice to you is stop looking for the roadmap and chart your own course. And be open to diversions that present themselves along the way. I want to share a few things with you that happened on my journey that may help you chart your own course. Listen up. Get your head wrapped around the fact that life is messy. Not in a million years did I think my very own story would include surviving a terrorist attack in a Paris cafe at the age of 15, dealing with my mother's cancer at 17, or my beloved brother's suicide. Sorry. I came to believe that I was stuck in Dante's seventh ring of hell, but I wasn't. That's just how life is sometimes. Now, your life may not be as much of a dumpster fire as mine, but you too will face your own adversity, and you will emerge from it, conquer and prevail, right? Listen, I wish I could tell you that I'd always get better, but sometimes it doesn't. But you get better. There's always going to be something along the way, but that's where personal growth comes from. You don't have to take my word for it. Robin Roberts said it better. Make your mess your message, but be sure when you do, you keep it real. Now, I'm going to share a story with you that I've never shared before, well, publicly at least, and it goes a little like this. There's an old adage in the news business, essentially, don't discuss what happens on the road. Well, despite that noble pledge, and because I'm keeping it real, I'm going to break that rule and share a story that I had almost forgotten about until I sat down to write this. On a spring day in 2002, I found myself on a remote Japanese island called Chichijima. Along with my crew from CNN, we had been invited there to tell the story of a decorated World War II Navy pilot who was shot down over the Pacific Ocean in 1944. That pilot was our 41st president, George Herbert Walker Bush. And I'm sharing this story with you for a reason, and I know he wouldn't mind. Now, there's always something about me that's been true. I call it as I see it. But in work sometimes, we have to exercise diplomacy. On the second day of the trip, thousands of people lined the streets waving Japanese and American flags. As we pulled up to this enormous venue where the president was being honored, like a scene out of a movie, I stepped out of the advance car, quickly made my way over to 41 to escort him into the building. Now this is where the story gets good. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed that the fly on his trousers was open. For real. Now, I've been in a lot of different situations in my career, but never one quite like this. When I notified the head of his Secret Service detail, he said, "I'm not going to tell him, you tell him." Well, that's when the Flint girl in me came out. Listen, we keep it real in Flint, Michigan. So I motioned to the president to lean down, and I whisper in his ear, "Mr. President, the barn door is open." In one quick motion, he let out a hearty laugh, closed the barn door, and said, "Thanks, Shorty," and away we went. Later that evening, the president called me over. I'll be honest, I was nervous. I wasn't sure what to expect. He was the former leader of the free world. While I won't share a private conversation out of respect for the rule, I will share with you that he thanked me profusely and expressed his gratitude for helping him avoid an embarrassing situation. The president didn't call me over to discuss the film we were producing. He called me over because I kept it real, and he knew he could trust me to have his back when no one else would. So as you're doing your journey, remember to keep it real. It just might be the most liberating gift you can give yourself. It makes it easier when you come upon those blind curves. And finally, as we celebrate the 100th anniversary of the college admitting women into this institution, what I want to tell you is this. There's no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs, one at a time, two if you're lucky. It's hard work. And for a moment, I want to speak specifically to the women graduating here today. Reach down and help a sister up. We owe that to each other, and we all will be better for it. And to you men out there who are graduating, reach down and make it easier too for anyone. Cougars, look around you. You have cultivated in your life, look at the people you have cultivated in your life since you were a small child until this very exciting day. These people will most likely be the relationships that form your tribe for the rest of your life. These people are the ones who will put out the flame when your dumpster inevitably catches on fire. Take the time to thank them today for all they have done for you. I'd personally like to thank my tribe who's here today supporting me, and happy Mother's Day to my mama. And all of you, thank you. And graduates, even if you think you have it all figured out, stay open to finding your unknown. Enjoy your journey, diversions and all, and you do you. Thanks so much for having me, and best of luck in your adventures. Remember, life is messy, and you will figure it out. And one more thing, don't forget to close the barn door.
Thank you for being with us, Dr. Gottlieb, and thank you for your inspiring remarks. We'll all check our clothing. I am Provost Brian McGee. It is my pleasure to announce our William Aiken Fellows. We are pleased to recognize our graduating class of the Aiken Fellows Society. These students are the ones bearing medals hanging from gold and maroon ribbons. Aiken Fellows are all members of our Honors College and were recruited to the College of Charleston based on superior academic performance. As Aiken Fellows, they have participated in a range of activities aimed at their development as scholars and professionals in their fields of choice. All 20 Aiken Fellows are graduating with Latin honors. 15 are graduating summa cum laude. 7 are graduating with a 4.0 grade point average. That's perfect, folks. And are recipients of the John Lewis Gervais Jr. Award. 2 are College of Charleston Colonial Scholars, the most generous scholarship offered at the college. 1 is a recipient of this year's Bishop Robert Smith Award. 1 received the Phi Kappa Phi Medal of Merit, and 2 received the Alumni Medal. 16 had international experiences, and all were involved in substantive research in their fields. 1 received a Fulbright grant, another a Fulbright Summer Institute Scholarship. 1 is a Goldwater Scholar. 2 will join Teach for America. 7 are headed to graduate or professional school, 5 of those with funding. 4 have accepted jobs with major corporations. Would the William Aiken Fellows present at this ceremony please stand? Congratulations, and you may be seated. At this morning's ceremony, we have 4 students who have earned, once again, a perfect 4.0 grade point average. Please stand as I call your name. First, Alexandria Sachiko Hidegaki, a triple major in arts management, finance, and marketing. Second, Brent Avery Dorwart, a major in theater. Third, Leanna Marie Conti, a major in marketing. And fourth, Sophie Ann Forstein, a major in accounting. Congratulations, and you may be seated. Next, we will hear from representatives of the senior class. Roderick Bellamy and Megan Stover will make remarks on behalf of their senior classmates. Roderick and Megan are both recipients of the Theodore S. Stern Cup, which was established in 1975 in honor of the 16th president of the college. The award honors members of the senior class of the College of Charleston who have most faithfully served the interests and ideals of the college, and who by character and influence have best exemplified the ideals and qualities of President Stern, both in the college and in the community. Roderick and Megan, please stand and be recognized. Roderick. Megan will be seated for a moment, and we will first hear from Roderick.
Thank you, Provost McGee. Good morning to President Osborne, the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, family, and friends, and most especially to my classmates, the class of 2019. We made it. By the grace of somebody, we made it. By far, the fastest 4 years of our lives. Seems like just yesterday, we crossed the gates of Porter's Lodge and took the vow to know ourselves by the end of our time as a student at the College of Charleston. We always hear people say, enjoy college, it'll fly by. And of course, as freshmen, you think there's no way in the world that 4 years of hard classes and stress will fly by. Yet, here we are, 4 quick years later. We entered the college during the time that the city of Charleston was in an extreme healing state, but also a time of extreme racial tension. We came only months after Dylan Roof went into the Mother Emanuel AME Church and killed non-black churchgoers with the distasteful intention of just killing black people. We all took the step to still come to the campus that we loved, despite what had happened only blocks down the street. We still took that step to join the healing process of Charleston and to grow ourselves in the best ways possible. We have been shaped and molded by the academic experience of the college, as well as the culture of the city of Charleston. An experience that cannot be found anywhere else, and none can compare to. As we move on to the next phases of our lives, I challenge each of you to be agents of change for a better world and society. I challenge you to combat every notion of social injustice, as an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We all play our own part, great or small, in the bettering of our society. Also remember, we all work in our own time clock. We won't all go to graduate school at the same time. We won't all get married at the same time. We won't all make triple-digit salaries. We won't all be able to do what everyone else does. Despite this, it is important to know that nobody defines you. Nobody writes your path. To quote the poem Invictus by William Ernest Henley, you are the master of your fate. You are the captain of your soul. With that, I wish each of you the best and cannot wait to see what the future holds for us. Congratulations, class of 2019, and thank you.
Good morning, everyone. To my fellow graduates, I know you're ready to walk, so I'll keep it short and sweet for you. I'm so excited to have this opportunity to speak to you all on such an amazing day. Today is a celebration of all of the accomplishments, friendships, and decisions that we have made throughout our college careers. I would like to thank my peers, faculty, and staff at the College of Charleston who have been a part of the support system that has fostered my growth as an individual over the last few years. At the beginning of my time at the college, I never would have thought that I would be up here speaking to all of you today. I appreciate the College of Charleston for giving me the platform to support my fellow students through the Cougar Food Pantry, and I am so happy that this legacy will endure through its continuance. As we take this moment, I think it's important that we remember the little steps in our journeys that helped create the people we are today. Every laugh, every tear, every success, large and small, and even every mistake has taught us a lesson about life and ourselves. During this transitional phase of our lives, let's think about those impactful moments and lessons that we've accumulated while at the College of Charleston. Let's accept them, embrace them, and take the time to tell ourselves thank you. And if the road ahead ever seems daunting, use those memories as comfort. Say to yourself, I've got this. It's the same game, just a different arena. Change is inevitable, but these fond memories will never fade. Thank you, CFC Class of 2019, and congratulations. Now I would like to welcome Michael Renault, Class of 1995, who will speak on behalf of the Alumni Association members.
Good morning and welcome. It's an honor and a privilege to be here today with all of you at the graduating class of 2019. I'm Michael Renault, President of the Alumni Association, and I want to formally welcome all of our newest members to our family of over 90,000 alumni at the College of Charleston. You will be a member of an alumni association that was founded in 1888 and exists to promote the welfare of the College of Charleston. This is your Alumni Association, and I encourage you to become actively involved. This is your time, and it's your college. Take advantage of all that the Alumni Association has to offer you as alumni. As you get ready to start this new phase of your life, I'd like to share a few thoughts as somebody that sat in your seats a very long 24 years ago. First, make the most of the education you received here. You're very well prepared for whatever path you take. The friends you made here will be some of the best friends you will ever have. My circle of friends is testament to that. Stay connected with each other and with the college. Come back for a Charleston Affair, Spring Alumni Weekend, Fall Alumni Weekend, and all of the many other events throughout the year. Get involved. We have 32 alumni clubs across the U.S. We've got 3 overseas, and we're adding more every year. If you move to a city that has a club, get involved. If you move to a city that doesn't, let's get one started. We can help you with that. Give back. Keep a philanthropic spirit after graduation, because it's our duty to give back to our alma mater and make sure that those who come after us enjoy the same wonderful experiences that all of us have had. There's a tradition that I wanted to share with you involving your College of Charleston class rings. Before graduation, all the students wear their ring with the seal facing in, but at graduation, the ring is turned so that the seal faces out. So all of you, and it signifies that you're an alumni of the College of Charleston and ready to go out into the world. So all of you, please turn your rings around now. Congratulations and good luck to all of you. And please remember your Alumni Association will always be here for you. I would also like to recognize and thank the members of the Student Alumni Associates who are serving as the marshal for today's event. Their dedicated work has made this ceremony possible, so thank you as well.
We have already celebrated 4 degree presentations, and now we celebrate 750 more. Joining us in awarding the bachelor's degrees will be Vice Chair Clemens, Dr. Gottlieb, and Executive Vice President of Student Affairs, Alicia Caudill, Professor Joy Vandervoort Cobb from the Department of Theater and Dance, and Professor Angela Passarelli from the Department of Management and Marketing will announce the names and majors of our graduates.
Assisting with graduates from the School of the Arts will be Dean Valerie Morris. For the bachelor's degree in art history, joining us will be Professor Mary Beth Heston, chair of the department. Maria Carrillo Marquina, cum laude, also meets requirements for arts management and the Honors College. The Honors College certificates were awarded by Dean Tricia Folds Bennett at a separate ceremony. Cody Ann Christie, magna cum laude. Anna Lee Dreschler also meets requirements for arts management. Susan Salisbury Durand. Phoebe Ariane Gould, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Anna Catherine Gulick. Taylor Catherine Hanna. Anna Louise Margison. Mary Catherine O'Donnell, cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Pocock. Anna Perricone Pruitt, also meets requirements for communication. Benjamin Jackson Ringe. Anna Marie Schultz, cum laude. Aubrey April Young also meets requirements for studio art. For the bachelor's degree in arts management, joining us will be Professor Karen Chandler, chair of the department. Celine Michaela Anchetta. Liza Sophie Ballinger. cum laude. Jennifer Hannah Bayless. Allison Nicole Boyd. Rihanna Brennan. Dakota O'Neill Bristow. Joshua Aaron Ezell Bristow. Kyle Austin Burton. Allison Lee Chedicole. Molly Rose Clisham. Jess Robert Coleman. Claire Elena Crawford. Austin William Darby, magna cum laude. Bailey Nicole Davis. Mark Christian DeLoach. Abigail Wynn Dentler, cum laude. John Joseph DePaul, Jr. Benjamin Porter Dowd. Kathleen Bronte Ader. Jenna Nicole Feeney. Madeline May Fink, magna cum laude. Abby Lynn Foss, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for art history and the Honors College. Alec John Friedlander. Philip Thomas Green, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Chloe Anna Guillaume. Thomas Walker Haig, Jr. Michael James Harfinist. Emily Grace Hakey. Caroline Elizabeth Hill. Mary Hall Boren Hutton also meets requirements for marketing. Kaylin Danae Duran. Preston Ivans Johnson. Jesse Wright Keevy. Keandra Lachey Kinney. Jenna Grace Kunselman. Olivia Lee LaRasa. Shannon Simone Liberty, cum laude. Nicole Lauren Loftus. Jane Brooks Litton, magna cum laude. Molly Kate McLean. Madeline Belize Martin. Jordan Ray Martini. Thank you. Mary Grace McFillin. Nathan Charles McKinley. Amanda Rose McWilliams. Jordan Marie Messenger. Frances Miller. Callista Milligan. Latavia Shalea Mitchell. Gabriella Louise Natali. William Hamilton Parcell IV. Nicholas Robert Pascanelli. Sherkia Erlina Pearson. Lucy Pepper. Bailey G. Poe. Mackenzie Elizabeth Provost. Hannah Elizabeth Reynolds. Casey Reardon. Chelsea Lynn Saman. Julia Alexis Sanders. Madeline Page Sanders. Luciana Antonia Simone. Tristan DeMarco Singleton. Evan Ross Sinkler. Amy Elizabeth Smith, cum laude. Virginia Layton Swift also meets requirements for historic preservation and community planning. Stormy Taylor. Ross Webb Tedder. Lauren Vega, cum laude, also meets requirements for International Studies and the Honors College. Stephen Patrick Vervish, Jr. Haley Rayner Wallace. Erin Ashley Wells. Caroline Woodruff White. Haley Elizabeth Wilson, cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in dance, joining us will be Professor Gretchen McLean, director of the program. Hannah Elizabeth Dunaway, cum laude. Erin Nicole Filler, cum laude, also meets requirements for arts management. Sydney Lane Schaffer. Elizabeth Bethay Shaner. For the bachelor's degree in historic preservation and community planning, joining us will be Professor Grant Gilmore, director of the program. Anna Arkins. Leah Elizabeth Bankeri. Sydney Kathleen Bearden. Bridget Ann Blackburn, summa cum laude. Erin Kathleen Caldwell. Madeline Lee Cannon. Clayton Gerald Carr. Erin Margaret Carroll. Nathaniel Chadwick Coker also meets requirements for archaeology. Charles Redmond Cross. James Edward Donkel also meets requirements for art history. Aiden Casey Ferrillo. Olivia Grace Gartner. Caroline Marie Gazelle. Raymond James Vladimir Gross. Anna Elizabeth Harkins, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for art history. Trent Matthew Humphrey. Aiden Reese Lilly. Lori Ann Love also meets requirements for art history. Olivia Hunter Manfredi. Eden McCoy, cum laude. Sarah Michael Miller. Emily Corbett Mitchell. Alexandra Payne. Patricia Ann Plone, cum laude, also meets requirements for art history and the Honors College. Joanna Theodosia Rothel. Olivia Nicole Sansolterra. Nathan Allen Sheely also meets requirements for art history. Jacob Tyler Simmons. Hannah Caitlin Smith also meets requirements for art history. Isabel O'Brien Smith. Kyla Ann Stevens. Christopher Marshall Wallace, Jr. Emily Marie Wynn. William Douglas Young. For the bachelor's degree in music, joining us will be Professor Edward Hart, chair of the department. Tyler A. Bancroft. Audrey Alexa Fletcher, cum laude. Taylor Victoria Mathonia Holloway. Elenia Camaratu, summa cum laude. Catherine Ann Kuckelman. Jerry Weston Mize, summa cum laude. Lucille Ann Mulkeen, cum laude. Michael Stephen Owens. Emmanuel Omar Valencia. For the bachelor's degree in studio art, joining us will be Professor Michelle Van Paris, chair of the department. Celeste Marie Caldwell, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for art history. Emily Honoria Cherry Doby, cum laude. Jessica Annette Coker. Danielle Nicole Dungo, cum laude. Tia Monet Dye. Sophia Sarah Sheeran Elgani. Caitlin Faber. Grace Lyon Hopkins. Amy Margaret Hill Hyman, cum laude. Shelby Lynn Kaiser, cum laude. Tessa Ann Marie Knight. Megan Rose Lawrence. Gabriel Matthew Lenartz. Alexander Keith Lingenfelter. Connor Thomas Matthews. Marilyn Maxwell. Anna Louise Newell, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for psychology. Claire Donahue Perry. Marquise Stefan Pointer. Lucille Ann Mulkeen, cum laude. Jerry Weston Mize. Abby Lynn Sandy, cum laude. Anna Rose Schumann, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for art history. Alexandra Jean Steinberg, cum laude. Lisa Rosamond Thompson also meets requirements for history. Anna Michelle Todd, cum laude. Amber Elise Vasquez, magna cum laude. Alicia Brianna Wise. Lila B. Zimmerman. For the bachelor's degree in theater, joining us will be Professor Janine McCabe, chair of the department. Gavin Cole Arnold. Brian S. Blackwell, Jr. Natasha Cox. Sabrina Lynn DeAndrea, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Brent Avery Dorwart, top honors. Hayden Christina Herring, cum laude, also meets requirements for history. Kaylee Elizabeth Hesselgrave, magna cum laude. Shamira Kaylee Hughes. Frances Carol Jackson, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for English. Tegan Noel Cates. Sophia Nicole Ketters, cum laude. Margaret Elise Levine, magna cum laude. Patrick Morgan Lyons. Kirsten Joy McWaters, cum laude. Ryan Miller. Casey L. Nelson. Regan Therese Pelicano. Sarah Mackenzie Quinn Barnett. Hunter Scott Reiser, also meets requirements for history. Kara Mayumi Shannon, magna cum laude. Paget Scarden. Rachel Michelle Sullivan. Dylan Romel Woodward.
Assisting with the graduates from the School of Business will be Dean Alan Shao. For the bachelor's degree in accounting, joining us will be Professor Josette Pelzer, representing the department. Clarence Richard Alexander III. Barbara Jean Francis Barger. Sarah Ashley Bowerland. Hannah Rachel Bentz, magna cum laude, also meets the requirements for finance and the Honors College. Alexia Kiera Bethay. Tyler Evan Dildine. Matthew William Jr. Maggie McMaster Flowers. Sophie Ann Forstein, top honors. Also meets the requirements for the Honors College. Timothy Grant Fry. Anna Nicole Gilmore. Athanasios Grilias. Corey Thomas Harburg, summa cum laude. Arthur Dewey Harris. McKenna Renee Huff. Devin Richard Curacina. Brandon E. Couric. Isabella Hope Lambert. Sabrina Julia Legizeman, cum laude. Grace Elizabeth Lewis. Tina Lynn, summa cum laude. Lindsay Nicole Lloyd, cum laude. Colton S. Long. Nicholas David Mangione. Madison Joe Mason. Catherine Opal Mickelson. Megan Muriel Morris. Caitlin Nicole Musgrove, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Quentin Thomas Orlovitz. Kirsten Allie Parker, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Marcus D. Paris, Jr. Nicholas Edward Paschal, also meets requirements for finance. Madison Elise Pfeiffer. Jessica Bryson Reynolds. Martine Sadari. Tyler John Stromoff. Antonio Smith. Paige Jacqueline Stacy. Estelle Maud Street, magna cum laude. Maria Elaine Swem. Daniel Peter Tolliver. Tyler Nicholas Tenaglia. Tiara Lee Walker. Catherine Victoria White, also meets requirements for finance. For the bachelor's degree in business administration, joining us will be Professor Carrie Blair Messel, representing the department. Scott Jordan Abrams. Gabrielle Teresa Accorsi, also meets requirements for hospitality and tourism management. Logan Wilcox Adams. Thomas Eggleston Adkins III. Matthew Randall Shields Alford. Kaylin McKenna Amick. Carly Patricia Ankoviak, magna cum laude. Stephen Arias. Alexandra Siobhan Arnaud. Jesse Lee Baker. Tanner Stephen Baldwin, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Raven Janaea Ballard. Samantha Marie Barton, also meets requirements for hospitality and tourism management. Arlie Linda Belch. Jermaine LaJuan Blackman, Jr. Basie Quinn Bostic. Sarah Elizabeth Bodis, magna cum laude. Jarrell Isaiah Brantley. Davis Elizabeth Bratton. Madison Faith Brown. Temalua Almade Adesun. Deanna Elizabeth Buchanan. Brendan Carty. Emmeline Karen Casey. James Lee Catanzaro III, cum laude. Cassidy Ray Kalk. Lena Anastasia Ciccone. Carter Yates Chase. Tanner Jeffrey Chasman. Carly Hannah Christensen, cum laude. Kelly Ann Cole. Montana Grace Crosby. Connor Colin Crouch. Carly Cummings, cum laude. Sean Patrick Daly. Cully Mickle Dasinger, magna cum laude. Van Hugh Cornelius DeWeaver III. John DeBlanda. Jeffrey Diamond. Nathan Daniel Dion. Natia Janae Dix. Jacqueline Ann Dorman. Ariel Isabel Dunham. Catherine Peyton Elder. Deanna Esco, summa cum laude. Ryan Harrison Fabricatore. Hunter Stevens Feek. Jonathan Fisher. Taylor Madison Foley. Morgan Catherine Follett. Lily Elizabeth Fort. Madison Elizabeth Fuller. Catherine Elizabeth Funk also meets requirements for French and Francophone studies. Shoshana Monique Gardner. Sophie Rose Gaston. Anthony Lee Gonzalez. Paige Mackenzie Gordon also meets requirements for hospitality and tourism management. Bryn Gorelick, cum laude, also meets requirements for hospitality and tourism management. Tyler Jackson Haig. James A. Harrelson III. Ellen Victoria Hebrand. Dalton Bryant Hendricks. Michael John Hensey III. Michael Hayward II. Brittany Lauren Hines. Catherine Collis Hodge. Sophia Jane Hotard. Dylan Michael Howard, cum laude. Tristan Ryan Inman. Victoria Lee Ireland. Zara Alicia Jazwanwala. Megan Michelle Johnson. Sarah Michaela Kaziski. Brandon Jonathan Kay. Danielle Rose Kilcullen. Gary Rashid Kinney. Jennifer Ann Klein, cum laude. Waldemar White Corneron. Audrey Elizabeth Lamb, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for dance and the Honors College. Savannah Noel Lambert. Caitlin Langley. Grant Chandler Lauder, cum laude. Michael Thomas Leftus. Ryan Limpomi. Matthew Richard Logue. William Forbes McCartney. Tyler Jacob Majewski. Anthony Mendola. Laura Celine Marion. Ashley Elizabeth Marco, summa cum laude. Isabel Joy Martin. Richard Hayden Matheny. Fiona McDonald. Taylor Knight McHarg also meets requirements for hospitality and tourism management. Ontavia Charisse McKever. Lucas Connor McNellis. Michael Eldred McVeigh. Elizabeth Louise Mignon. Marion Shelby Miles. Hope Kern Miller, cum laude, also meets requirements for hospitality and tourism management. Virginia Moore. Charles Hunter Morano. Hannah Brooks Maroney. Alexandra Lee Murphy. Jack Ryan Murphy. Benjamin William Theodore Noss. Dylan Merrim Nobel. Liam Christopher O'Boyle. Michaela Jane O'Loughlin also meets requirements for hospitality and tourism management. Joshua Robert Osborne. Matthew Court Oxley. Carly Noel Packard. James Paddock Mitchell. Oh my gosh, that is not right at all. Mitchell James Paddock. Brooke McKenna Patton. Maximilian Wheels Peterson. Gabriela Enya Penillos. Emily Isabella Reese, cum laude. Hunter Thomas Rankin. Taylor McKenna Rhodes. Shannon Maria Rice. Giovanna Maria Richard. Isabel Ann Richter. Andrew William Ripley. Antonio Rojas Rodriguez. Lance Tyler Reba. Olivia Rose Saber also meets requirements for hospitality and tourism management. Kayla Devon Schwartz. John Holmes Seward. Jacqueline Anna Sikowski. Megan Elizabeth Silsby. Charles Rivers Singleton. Samantha Rose Sinrich. Thomas William Slade. Nolan E. Slattery. Emma Joanna Smith. Lauren Hunter Smith also meets requirements for hospitality and tourism management. Sarah Solomon, cum laude. Emily Anna Spanos. Gregory Harris Sturk. Nathan Jackson Stolarstick. Catherine Ann Stonestreet also meets requirements for hospitality and tourism management. Sydney DeLorme Stubbs. Jason P. Sugarman. Charlotte Jameson Tooley. Christiana Demi Joy Lejos. Christopher Briggs Walker. Megan Danielle Waters. Mark Wesley Wellborn, cum laude. Jared Philip Wilson Nyo Williams. Shannon Faye Williams. Nicholas William Jewel Wood. Mark Anthony Woods, Jr. Lucy Joanne Warden. Mason Gregory Wright. Stephen James Wright also meets requirements for arts management. Amanda Yates. Thomas John Ziegler II. For the bachelor's degree in commercial real estate finance, joining us will be Professor Peter Soye, representing the department. Noah Hartley Eisenberg, cum laude. Imani Tierra Lloyd. Daniel Hawks McClam. Emery Thomas Parker III. Richard Hayden Sod. Dan Aviv Schwartz. Joining us for the bachelor's degree in economics will be Professor Peter Cagcagno, representing the department. Carter Angus Cameron. Corey Quinn Donahue. Adam Wojciech Jershko. Bradford John Franklin. Mackenzie Bernard Grisbeck. Jacqueline Jensen. Kirill Rumanov Karamanov. Allison Marie Kakis. Cum laude, also meets requirements for political science. Catherine Devon Martin. Harris Goodson Meager. Kareem Ozturk, also meets requirements for mathematics. Tyler James Troy. Jordan Garrick Weathers. For the bachelor's degree in finance, joining us will be Professor Wei-Shin Wang, chair of the department. Jack Doran Ernie. Mia Isabella Alario. Jameson Crane Borden. Alfonso Luis Castillo, also meets requirements for data science. Taylor Leanne Crawford, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for economics and the Honors College. Audrey Rose Davis, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Brianna G. Davis. Sterling Victoria Duke. Elise Marie Ernschwinder. Samuel W. Evans. Lucas Benjamin Fox. Jeffrey Scott France, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Jordan Ryan Geiger. Ryan Golden. Patrick Klaus Gregory. Daniel Patrick Hassett, cum laude. Zoe Adele Heller. Samuel Henrici. Ryan Mitchell Hopper. Martin Adam Huff. Elizabeth Avery Jackson, also meets requirements for accounting. Madison Melissa Jennings. Dirk Johnson. Charles Conway Jones. Kevin Michael Kennedy. Shane Kavanaugh Kilberg, also meets requirements for commercial real estate finance. Evan Cook. Cameron Paul Curick. Nico Scott Levine, cum laude, also meets requirements for commercial real estate finance. Leah Bethany Lynch. Marcus Tyler McDonald. Jason Robert Messinger. Wynn Elizabeth Mayers. Stavro Namir Najar, magna cum laude. Madeline Elise Nelson. Anthony Min Kwei Win. Noah Michael Nissen, cum laude. John Francis Nitlow Jr. Benjamin Robert Peterson. Robert John Porter. Jesse Mallard Pordrier, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Jonah Price. Vincent Frank Puzio, also meets requirements for commercial real estate finance. Christopher Grant Rapetti. Christopher Joseph Richmond. Keith William Ronca, cum laude. Jack Reevy. Charles Edwin Salzer II. Tyler John Scumo, also meets requirements for accounting. Ruth Ann Schrader. Albert Carlton Simmons. Robert James Solomon. Eric Paul Spector, cum laude. William T. Stenger. Philip Livingston Traxler, also meets requirements for mathematics. Benjamin Sean Tweedy. Brittany Kyla Violet. Stephanie Elizabeth Walker, cum laude. Chase Edmund Westenfelder, magna cum laude. Alex Jacob Willer. Nigel Alexander Williams, Jr., also meets requirements for commercial real estate finance. John Benjamin Wilson, also meets requirements for accounting. For the bachelor's degree in hospitality and tourism management, joining us will be Professor Brumby McLeod, representing the department. Zachary William Abbott. Douglas Muro Barnhart. Mr. Barnhart is receiving a certificate in hospitality and tourism management. Jamie Marie Berger also meets requirements for business administration. Mary Lindsay Best also meets requirements for business administration. Elena May Bonfoy also meets requirements for business administration. Noah Christian Bradley also meets requirements for business administration. Alyssa May Brown. Roston Manuel Camarillo. Sophia R. Castroberti. Rebecca Grayson Castro also meets requirements for business administration. Haley M. Chapman. Elizabeth Cizunas also meets requirements for business administration. Taylor Marie Cummings also meets requirements for business administration. Abigail Lauren Curtis also meets requirements for business administration. Robert Fernando de Costa also meets requirements for business administration. Charlotte Mary Claire Jean Donati also meets requirements for business administration. Mallory Elizabeth Dovey also meets requirements for business administration. Catherine Page Durham, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for business administration. Eliza Kristen Engel. Michael Andrew Fiore. Mr. Fiore is receiving a certificate in hospitality and tourism management. William Daniel Friedman, cum laude, also meets requirements for business administration. Lauren Samantha Fury. Neil Beju Gajar. He wants me to try it again. Neil Beju Gajar also meets requirements for business administration. Amanda Michelle Guido also meets requirements for business administration. Iris Mingjing Guo, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for business administration. Jeffrey Tanner Guthrie also meets requirements for business administration. Elizabeth Lynn Hafke, cum laude, also meets requirements for business administration. Emma Cecily Hart, cum laude, also meets requirements for international business. Brandy Alexandra Hawksworth also meets requirements for music, business administration, and the Honors College. Lori Marie Jackson. Riley Elizabeth Johnson also meets requirements for business administration. Benjamin Mark Kester, also meets requirements for business administration. Alexandria Lee Kinderman. Lisa Marie Kohler, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for business administration. Benjamin Michael Konzen, also meets requirements for business administration. Hazel Lee Kral, also meets requirements for business administration. Alexandra Vanessa Leakum. Zachary Lee Levine. Mr. Levine is receiving a certificate in hospitality and tourism management. Jennifer Murphy Martin also meets the requirements for business administration. Turner James McKinney. Bo Allen Memmering also meets requirements for public health and business administration. Alexandra Grace Mooring. Lauren Rebecca Mowers also meets requirements for business administration. Catherine Ann O'Brien also meets requirements for business administration. Miriam Elizabeth Patterson. Whitley Alexandra Pearson also meets requirements for business administration. Alyssa Marie Piazza, cum laude, also meets requirements for business administration. Julia Wallace Poirier. Carly Alexa Seamak. Alexander Robert Shihab. Joseph Beach Tab. Clara Amber Taylor also meets requirements for business administration. Allie Marie Thomason. Claudia Lane Totera also meets requirements for business administration. Rebecca Caitlin Welch also meets requirements for business administration. Rebecca Caroline Yaffe. For the bachelor's degree in international business, joining us will be Professor Renee Mueller, director of the program. Stuart Simpson Aarons III. Legend Immel Bain. Julia Elsa Baldiga. Colby Scott Bro. Elizabeth Caitlin Buckmaster. Megan Kathleen Burr, summa cum laude. China Chan. Taylor Jean Cirulo, cum laude. William Austin Close. John Andrew DeLesio, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Joseph Carl DeAngelis. Juliet Marion Dixon. Margaret Carol Donahue, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Emily J. Fauché. Shannon Margaret Fulton. Kylie Jane Geddes, cum laude. Sydney Victoria Grana. Maggie Ellen Hale. Alexandria Shea Hammersley. Jackson Coltrane Hutchinson. Edward Wei Fung Ip. Lakaira Elise Jenkins. Delaney Elizabeth Jones. Haley Lynn Key. Nicole Victoria Lane also meets requirements for hospitality and tourism management. Kristen Marie Larson. Nicole Ashley Lennox. Cameron L. Lavosky, cum laude. Eleanor Amanda Lindell. Leanne DeRay Lusk. Keeleen Kathleen McDermott. Patrick W. Miller. James Martin Moore, Jr. Emily Stewart Moore also meets the requirements for the Honors College. Sarah Victoria Moore, magna cum laude. Savannah N. Nugent. Christine Noel O'Donnell. Catherine Elizabeth Phillips. Madison Lane Rogers, cum laude. Ryan Cameron Ross. George Emerson Schaefer IV. Catherine Elizabeth Shanley, summa cum laude. Andrew Joseph Sisk. Barrett L. Stevens. Paulina Maria Suchowierska. Ryan Suriel. Justin Teague, cum laude. Ruben Sosa Orquiza. Joining us for the bachelor's degree in marketing will be Professor Renee Mueller, representing the department. Rachel Anna Angelos. Dottie Danielle Arsenault, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Michael Barrett. Anna Gabrielle Blake. Christine Lee Bonetti. Hannah Marie Boyle, cum laude. Jonathan Bradley Brakefield. Caitlin Christine Cagna, cum laude. David Alexander Carroll. Mariah Linda Chalimi, magna cum laude. Austin B. Kloss. Sean Patrick Cleary. Walter Jack Smilo. Liana Marie Conti, top honors, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Ellison Jane Cook. Carrie Ann Craig. Edward Joseph Criley. Jordan Michaela Culpepper. Zoe Sully DeHare. Emily Elizabeth Day. Katie Pilon Decker. Cullen Morgan Denny. Sarah Elizabeth Deutsch. Caleb Michael Dill also meets requirements for studio art. Carol Clark Dozer. London Carey Dudley. Dejanaya Janae Dupree. Taylor Kristen Durand. Claudia Valentine Dykstra. Alec Braden Eisenstein. Tristan Seth Fields. Joseph William Fiorenza. Taylor Catherine Fitzgerald. Alice May Gillette. Meredith Dylan Grabowski. Morgan Emma Graham, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for English and the Honors College. Shane D. Granigan. Catherine Reed Griffin. Brandon Charles Hayes. Eric William Hayes. Michael Ross Herskowitz. Lawrence Shavery Kane Hickson. Alex Delaney Holden. Mallory Nicole Horning. Kyle Michael Yema. Jace Marie Kasorik. Charles Edward Kreck. Christian Erickson Kuhn. John Thomas Carter Lauman. Anna Michelle Lawson. Mara O'Neill Lonergan. William Tate Lawrence. Rebecca Faye Mendel, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Mary Catherine McCaffrey. Brennan Metters. Lily Dorothy Montgomery. Jamie Lynn Montano. Gabrielle Mary Elizabeth Mosley. Sarah Joan Maluli. Connor Murphy. Jada Cherie Neely. Jack Marshall O'Connor. Julia Luis Poerio, cum laude. Matthew Rainey. Olivia Hatton Rice. Jonathan Gray Schumacher. Taylor Logan Sharp. Andrew James Shelley. Yarden Schumanner. Asher Hayden Searcy, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Corey Douglas Smith, summa cum laude. Andrew John Spadadol. Jack Edward Spellberg, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Emma Marietta Spindler. Gabrielle Lee Stewart. Nicole Phyllis Tamburi, cum laude. Brett William Tilley. Daniel Triggs. Pavlo Stathis Scipianidis. Alejandro Vega. Anna Charlotte Watts. Greta Addison Weiss. Sarah Phillips Wilkinson. Haley Grace Wolf. Aiden Wright. For the bachelor's degree in supply chain management, joining us will be Professor Jakanda Casada, chair of the department. Christopher Charles Anderson, magna cum laude. William Baranow. Emily Susan Bolkar. Brendan Morgan Cornell. Francis Luis Covino. Jacob Ian Donahue. Michael Dudley. John Norwood Elvington. James Reed Fletcher. David N. First, cum laude. Georgi Dimov Christoph. Dylan Michael Johnson. Chad Jacob Mathis. John Reynolds Merrihew. Thomas Preston Reeves Middleton. Edgar Naranjo. Connor Charles Prentice. Ulysses Rosas. William Philip Saunders. Samuel McDowell Saylor, cum laude. Kelly Marie Sinclair. Ricardo Valencia Rodriguez. Olivia Lee Witt. Brandon Thomas Wallace.
It's okay. Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees please rise? By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science as earned with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Graduates, as you know, you didn't do this alone. Your degree is not an individual effort. I would like to recognize your mentors, the faculty members who led you in lectures, in group discussions, and laboratory work. Please join me in thanking professors for their expert teaching and their dedication to your education, both inside and outside the classroom. Now, as alumni of the College of Charleston, you join an amazing circle of men and women, including our commencement speaker you heard today, who are dedicated to making a difference and being a success. You will meet and unite with many alumni throughout your life's travels. They will welcome you and encourage you now and forever. And so in your beginning moments as graduates of this great institution, let those alumni here today give you that first of so many encounters. Will all the College of Charleston alumni on stage and in the audience please stand and welcome our alumni, the class of 2019. Thank you. Please be seated. We're almost there. Graduates, I send you forth with best wishes as you begin the adventures that lie ahead, and we, the college community, look forward to welcoming you back to this campus on future visits. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me once again in congratulating the class of 2019.
Thank you.